Is this what slow fashion looks like to you?
Have you ever wondered about slow fashion? And what does slow fashion actually mean in the world and for you? So today I'm going to look at three questions that we'll consider. One, how does slow fashion contribute to the environment and stability? Number two, what ways does slow fashion support labor, ethical labor, and local craftsmen, artisans? And three, what values do I want my clothing choices to reflect? Slow fashion. Hi, friends. I'm Doll from Doll Can Create, and I'm so glad you chose to be here today as we go through some of these questions, right? Why choose slow fashion? And what does it really mean for you, for me personally? So I have a few things to share with you today about slow fashion in my life. So part of slow fashion for me are my socks. And if you follow me at all, you know I love sock knitting. So here's my sock in progress. And it's a butterfly pattern with, I don't know whether I can get it close enough. There's a little bit of a lace design that goes through there. We'll see how that goes. This is hand dyed by me with the food grade food coloring that I like to work with. So this is Wilton's. And I'm using a little bit smaller needle, but this is 85/15 wool and nylon. And yes, it is slow fashion. I am working towards knitting a sock a month. The last 2 months, it was one sock a month. So I'm hoping to catch up and do more than that with my socks. But I haven't personally purchased store-bought, heavily produced socks since I started knitting socks for myself. And I do enjoy it. Sometimes I use a heavier yarn, but mostly I use the sock weight yarn, which I really like. So beyond what I'm wearing, I'm also part of this knit along with Tracy at the Passionate Spinner. And this is going to be the Scraw Bucket is the pattern, and I'll link it below. I've only got a little bit done. But how does this relate to slow fashion? Well, it's a bag that I'll carry with me. And I'll just pick up my old bag. This is the first one I made. I was one of the test knitters. So I made this one, and it carries a work in progress in it. So this is all hand spun yarn. The blue and the white, I believe I held double. The pink, I held single. It is fully reversible, and I absolutely love it. What I have done, though, is put a plastic coffee can inside because I don't knit as tightly as Tracy does. So this is an accessory for me. This is my knitting one. This purple one, I'm not sure what I'll use it for specifically, but it'll be something I use this summer to cart things in and out of the car, and well, at least when I get finished. Instead of buying more bags, this is what I'm doing. Slow fashion can include larger items like mittens, fingerless mitts, scarves, and hats. And I've done a lot of those, and I have lots of those. But I did do this swatch test piece. Very interesting. This is all hand spun, 2-ply. This is dyed with onion skins and avocado pits. Here's the skein from Local Sheep. The pink, light pink here is Blueface Leicester, and it was a gift that I've spun, and the same with the purple, a gift that I've spun. So I was just trying different colors to see what I'd like, and initially it was going to be a sweater. I'm wondering now if a vest would be better. I have yet to finish the sweater. I haven't finished the sweater in a couple of years. So do I want to start another sweater? That was my plan. And I was going to do a cast on party on May 1st. That didn't happen. So very slow fashion when it comes to that. What other things can we do for slow fashion? Well, I have patterns and I have fabric and I have a sewing machine and a new to me sewing machine table that came from the church basement. So what do I want to do? I want to make myself a skirt or two for the summer. I prefer wearing skirts. I like something a little poofier. I don't want it fitted and tight. Instead of just going out and buying another skirt for myself. Years ago, I made tops for myself, sleeveless, short sleeve blouses, dresses. I made a lot of dresses, both for my children and for myself. Again, slow fashion, and slower even than going out and buying fabric. The only thing I really would ever need to buy will be thread or new needles for the machine. I have fabric. And the folks at the church said, look, if you're looking for fabric, come and look in the cupboard because they have lots. So I do have some fabric that I can use, and slow fashion, it's good for the environment. It's good for the industry. It's bad, actually, for big business. So when we think about craftivism, which is a new great word that I like, craftivism, what we do with our craft to help the environment, to help bring awareness, it's also very important. And it's becoming more and more important to me, and it might be to you as well. So slow fashion beyond the thrift shop. Thrift shops are great. I found a couple of blouses the last time I was there, and a little jacket for the summer, like a blazer type, short sleeve blazer for the summer. Things that I wouldn't have made for myself, things that I've really been looking for. And oftentimes in thrift stores, I don't find things that fit me right. I don't like the colors. There's a lot of reasons. But I was happy to find these things, right? So that's all part of this whole slow fashion. But beyond the thrift store, to be able to look at what I have, mend what I have. I have a denim dress that I love. It's a short dress. I wear it with my blue tights. And in the front, it's getting thin. I've had this now 4 years. And I've worn it a lot. And it's starting to show the wear. So I'm trying to figure out how to fix this spot in the front where it's getting thinner. I'm not sure I can just embroider over it because of where it is. So I have to come up with some different ideas there. Or do I take the fabric that's in this and create something completely new? That's a possibility. Also, I can do paper piecing with fabric scraps. I got a big bag of fabric scraps from the church. And I'll be going through that and looking for ways to create a new blanket for our bed. I'm working on a table runner right now in my English paper piecing, and I haven't picked it up in months. So that has to happen. Things like placemats for the table. I have lots. Some of them are starting to wear out. They could become rags. Maybe if I sewed 2 or 3 of them together, they'll be a floor mat until they totally fall apart. I don't know. I'm not one to just keep scrap pieces of garbage to see if I'll use them later. That to me becomes more clutter. So sometimes, yes, I have to just let it go. I have to be like Frozen, like Elsa, right? Let it go and move forward. But yeah. So sustainability, if our clothing and our items that we're buying are not being thrown into the landfill or thrown into compost, because not everything breaks down really well in compost, perhaps we're saving a little piece of the earth every time we reuse, every time we mend, every time we create something. every garment has a story, right? So we have to show that garment the respect it deserves, and especially if it's handmade, homemade. It's made by loving hands, whether they're yours or somebody else's. But what about the values that we have in our lives? And our wardrobe can be a great expression of those values, right? Recognizing the craftsmanship. I purchased in my thrifting this one jacket, and it's a linen fabric, handmade, industrial made. It was made in Canada. The stitching is really good. It's professional. It's clean. It's not going to fall apart in a year. These are the things that I look for. But it also means we have to take time and think about it. We have to do the research. When I think about my 100-mile life, because I'm still on that journey, the challenge has ended, but still on that journey, I'm wondering, where do I get what I need? So I go to the local farm. I might be going to a shearing tomorrow afternoon at an alpaca farm. They're having an open house today and tomorrow. Today's a little wet and yucky, but where do we get our raw materials from? From where do they come? And it's important for us to know that. And I know, yes, when we go into the grocery store to buy our groceries, we're looking more at the labels. Where is this from? Is it a true label? Because some of the labels are being manipulated right now, and we don't want to see that. So where did that Dare cookie actually come from? I got grapes from Peru. I got green beans from Mexico, and it was clear on the packaging where from it came. I got mandarin oranges from Morocco. Those are the things I bought yesterday at the grocery store that were not 100-mile. I like that. I got pork chops that were Canadian and possibly 100-mile. I can't be 100% sure, but it was Canadian pork. The meat, most of the meat sold in and around here is either local or at least Canadian. I'll just leave that there for you. The dairy we're getting is from Summit Dairy, and it's still being delivered now on Mondays. Local dairy. That's slow fashion, slow everything. We slow our lives down to appreciate what we have and not be constantly grabbing for the next new, great, exciting thing. This shirt that I'm wearing, and I've worn a lot, is a light denim style, starting to wear out shirt, fading in spots, but it is so comfortable and thrifted. And it makes me feel good when I wear things like this. So what about you? Let's think about a few final things here as I look at my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything. It doesn't mean you have to throw out everything that you own right now or stop buying new clothes altogether. That's not really it at all. It's about slowing down and making the best choice, the better choices, one garment, one piece at a time. Whether you're shopping local, mending what we have, right? Supporting ethical brands, that's really important too. We are all part of a movement that values quality, care, support, things that will matter years to come. So my question to you, will you take a few moments? Are you able to take a few moments and think about this? And I encourage you to share in the comments. What are your thoughts on ethical clothing, slow fashion, slow living, 100-mile? It's all about being aware of what's going on in our lives today. And if you're in Canada and you voted last week, thank you so much for doing so. That's about as political as I'll get right now. I just appreciate everyone who took the time to go out and actually mark your X. So bravo, brava. Thank you so much for doing that. Also, thank you for watching to the end here. I'm looking at trying to come up with a plan for my next full knitted garment, my sweater or my vest. Still can't decide. Still spinning this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Bluefish Leicester, right? This 2-ply, onion skin, avocado pit dyed. I'm enjoying spinning it. I'm still spinning on my spindle for the spindle challenge. Coming up to Tour de Fleece. I'm so excited to be spinning for that. Let me know what's on your plate. What are you doing? How are you helping the world around you? Can you tell I'm excited about this? Because I really am. I really, really am. So thank you for watching. Again, I'm Doll from Doll Can Create, and I believe you can too. And until next time, many blessings. Bye for now.